The challenge of the children. The children are just, they make your job. They make your job worthwhile. You can see the difference you're making in little people's lives, whether, it's spending an hour in the sandpit or it's, whatever you do, you're making a difference. If that child's got your undivided attention and the respect, you see the reciprocal respect in the children's eyes and their interactions with you, it really makes your job worthwhile.
You feel at home and you feel comfortable because of this, I feel I'm surrounded by support.
It's the reciprocal commitment. If you show the company commitment, the company will commit back to you.
Kidicorp is about kids, most definitely, and the teachers.
The phone call was made to Julia in my lunch break as I was sitting on the beach of Nelson. How was I going to give up my surroundings for Auckland, which I'd visited twice? It was a big step, but Julia's support and that was so very vital. I felt like I was part of the Kidicorp family already. And 2 weeks later, I was up for an interview. The lovely thing about Julia was that 7 centres were shown to me, and I was able to choose what centre I went into, what I could do, what centre suited me, rather than where the need was.
Yeah, my phone goes non-stop, 24/7, and that's fine. It's often lunch breaks or weekends that people will be looking through a paper or looking on the internet, trying to find that perfect job. So yeah, they do. They question things like different philosophies. What does Kidicorp offer? One of our main pools at the moment is our advice and guidance program, which is very well recognised. People will often ring me and say, I want to be part of the advice and guidance program. What do I need to do to join Kidicorp? And it's up to me to put them in contact with the right people, introduce them to the right centres so that they can ultimately decide where their teaching career is going to go.
We have many centres throughout New Zealand, and we're New Zealand owned, which I think is a huge positive. We have regional conferences, and we have 7 throughout the country every year. We also have a leaders conference. We offer and support professional development opportunities, not only internally but also externally. And ongoing learning is something that we value, and that we will support you with that. We have a very comprehensive advice and guidance program, so when you're working towards your teacher registration, you have support through that. Not only through observations, but your one-on-one support. We can support you with your evidence checks, and we have regular meetings so we can do some networking and have some discussions, and again get in any external providers that the teachers themselves want to work on.
The best thing about Kidicorp is the support networks that are in place, and the value on myself as a person and where I'm going, and that like my manager Jo just really believes in me and what I can do, and she is constantly there to support and just grow me in my role, and that's really awesome. It's just kind of endless growth.
Somebody starting today and spending 3 years to become qualified can expect support in the educational cost of doing that, can expect pay rises at every level of achievement, and can expect a permanent job on achievement of their early childhood education diploma. From there, if they have the desire and they exhibit the maturity and skills, they can move to being a team leader, a centre manager, and from there they can either branch into professional services, or if they have a yen for the business side of the business, they can move into being what we call a business manager.
It depends on what you're interested in, but I mean, there's policy writing, there's curriculum areas, there's a whole variety of curriculum areas. There's music and painting and Play-Doh and sand and outdoors and arts and crafts and all that kind of thing. And then there's the other areas which are like social, managing children with difficult behaviours, special needs. There's just a whole range.
Biggest value, I guess, for Kidicorp is the individuality. It's not the easiest way about doing business, I guess. If we were one brand, it would be a lot easier. But having a voice, your own voice heard, is just amazing that a company can provide that. It's about getting together as a team and bringing your ideas together to create that best environment for the children and the teachers. And individuality is a really good value of Kidicorp.
Oh, I'm excited just with the growth of Kidicorp. I think that it's been done in a really good way, especially in Christchurch. We've got 6 centres at the moment, and we've got a new centre that's opening up in 2 weeks' time, which is very, very exciting. And it's fun to be able to go and get the new resources and plan the areas and employ the new staff. And they're always really excited when you've got a new centre coming on board. And I think with the growth of Kidicorp, the way that it's going in a way that is manageable, and that people aren't too stressed or pushed to be pulled in all different directions.
Kidicorp's visions and values are pretty much the same as mine. It's about valuing children and parents, and parents have to be out working these days, most parents, so the centres need to be as user-friendly as possible, and it kind of has to be like home for children, along with the educational side of things. So I think that Kidicorp does a really fantastic job of providing that.
And it's important for us to make sure it's home away from home for the children, and that the staff feel comfortable and the children are feeling comfortable, and they can just go for it and have fun. They can have silly dress-up days, they can paint their feet and do all those kind of things. And I think it's for staff, it's a fun place to be. You're meant to be having fun at your job.
It's just going to get better and better all the time.